Ejike Jamal, and this is the Problematic Safe Place. Yeah. Hey, I'm pulling up today to the conversation. We got my man's Peabody from oh shit. Damn, yo, blame me on the fucking crown. Social complex, dog. Social complex. That was the crown talking, man.
Hey man, what's going on, man? This is
good,
Peabody,
bro?
aka Social P from Social Complex Podcast.
Yeah.
What's good, man?
Hey, what's good, bro? Hey, man, we shouted you out also, man, two episodes ago, man.
Okay.
But Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Man. Thank you.
We gotta talk about it, cause man, I've been seeing you post these, your images with you and your baby girl and all that. And see me, man, I'm at a place in my life right now, okay, where it's like I'm about to turn 30 soon. So it's like I'm still at this moment not ready for kids. But there was a time in my life where I was scared, like I was more terrified of pregnancy than I was a fucking STD.
Okay.
You know, like if a female hit you with that, we gotta, like, that you just hooked up with, hit you with that, we gotta talk.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, man.
What's up?
The new STD is child support. I'll just be honest with you.
Damn.
I mean,
say that again. That's a bar. That's a bar right there, dog.
The new STD is child support.
Yeah.
We all know it. We all don't want to be. That's 18 years of your life gone, bro. True. 18 years. Yeah. That's money funded that you can't get back no more. But no, you're right, man. I'm finally a father, with June 20th officially.
Hey.
So shout out to Raina, aka the Queen.
Baby Raina, there we go.
Yes. Yeah. But it feels good, man. It feels good. It feels dope. It is team no sleep. You don't get any sleep, man.
I was gonna ask you about that, because it's like, man, I feel like when you are a father, you have two main fears. Because at first I wasn't sure if you had a boy or a girl, until I did, like I said, I did my Googles, because it doesn't matter. Like, no matter if you're a father, you have two big fears for your kid. Like when you have a kid, and it's like either if it's a son, this is just something popular in the black community. If it's a son, you worry about him being gay, and if it's a daughter, you think you worried about her being a so-called hoe. So in your case, man, have those thoughts ran through your mind with your daughter? Like, that's the outcome that you want to prevent that.
It's kind of funny, like you mentioned that as far as being a hoe. Nowadays, not so much being a hoe, but you want to make sure no man kind of beats her, or she doesn't get raped, or she I'm not against it, but you want to teach her how to be like the right way and not be gay as well. So I'm just gonna try to teach her the right way, the African way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. Cause your baby's has a few things in it, okay? Like
she's Puerto Rican and Liberian. Yeah.
Okay. So like, how are you gonna have those conversations like when she's trying to figure herself out? Like, cause even me being half Nigerian, growing up, it was always kind of like a weird question for me, like to ask, like, are you black? Are you African? Because I'm like, I'm not from Africa. I wasn't born there. But, today I identify as a Nigerian American. Man, how are you going to have that talk with your daughter?
Well, nowadays, I think probably back in 2010, maybe 2011, it was kind of cool to be African. Yeah. We started being seen more on TV, on like the music videos.
And then Black Panther.
Exactly.
Everybody from Wakanda now. Everybody want to be African now since Black Panther.
So I think, once everybody keeps that same energy, she really won't have those issues as far as being asked those questions. Yeah. One thing that, one thing that I will say is she has two siblings. She has a brother and she has a sister. And they're light skinned. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm pretty much dark. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, and my partner, Shay, she's light skinned. So
shout out to Shay.
Oh yeah, shout out to Shay, man. She's the world, man. But most definitely, my child is going to be dark skinned. And for her to be raised in a household where there's two light skinned and there's two, and there's like, one dark skinned child, she's going to be asked those questions. And like Shay might be asked those questions, is she like adopted? Yeah. So, you have to get, kind of like ready for those questions and just prepare them for.
Are you ready?
For me, yeah, I'm always ready. You know me, I'm a ignorant, arrogant person. Yeah. So please ask me the questions and I will correct you, like the right way towards my daughter. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then speaking about that too, man. So I'm assuming clearly the pregnancy was unplanned, right? Right. And by the way, no child is a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes, but y'all didn't plan for this, right?
Nah, man. I think you was there too.
I was, yeah.
I'm Atlanta, you know.
So it did happen right there.
We did happen, you know.
Okay.
It like went down at the APOD connection.
Yeah.
So shout out to the APOD connection for making this happen. We have a podcast, baby, as we call it. So it happened in October.
Shout out to Jaden.
Hey, shout out to Jaden, man. 2 shots for Jaden, man.
Yeah, Hollywood Jaden.
But definitely, you know, it happened in Atlanta, and then 9 months later, here we go.
Yeah. So with that, okay, being, you know, it being unplanned, I always think, like, thinking about me, for example. Mm-hmm. Do you think men are ever ready to, like, all right, at this time, I'm ready to have kids? Because, like, you know, in my previous relationship, when I kept getting asked the question, will we go have kids, or like, will you want to have kids, my years kept going back every year, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, is a man ever ready to have kids, or is it just when the shit happens, you adjust? Like, what was that for you?
Like marriage, man. I mean, I think no man really cares to get married. You know, we do it because the woman wants to get married, so we try to please her.
Absolutely.
As far as for, you know, like the child, you know, I was lost in the sauce, man. It was kind of good, and I just couldn't take out, man. So, you know, I just kind of kept it in there. And, you know, 9 months later, now we're here. But no man's never really planned to get married. I mean, to plan to have, you know, kids. Nobody. Yeah. I think for us men, we want to have fun. We want to have multiple women. We want to have a team. I say every man should have 5 women on his roster. If you don't have 5 women while you're single, of course.
Facts. Well,
yes.
Well, you said while you're single.
Yeah.
I kind of.
While you're single, bro. I mean, you know, hey, hashtag black men don't cheat.
You're right. Hey, by the way, man, I didn't introduce you properly, bro. By the way, I talked about him on the other episode, man. This is another fellow colleague of the faithful black man community, okay? Black men don't cheat movement, okay? Because y'all already know, man. There is this propaganda out there. You already know that the enemy is trying to spread this whole niggas ain't shit mentality.
Facts.
So we had to develop the whole black men don't cheat movement to counter that propaganda. You know?
Man. I mean, you know,
so black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat, man. But no, but see. When you're single, no man wants to have kids. And unfortunately, there are some deadbeat fathers out there. Yeah. But, you know, for the most part, nah, like you want to continue to have fun, continue to play around in like the, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, eat your cake and have it too, right? It's called? Yeah. So.
I feel like, though, I kind of disagree with you, though. I feel like every guy should have a roster, even when they're in a relationship. And the reason I say that,
okay, go ahead,
is because when you think about it, women are never out the game. They're never out the game.
I'm with you.
You hang up. You hang up. You know your player. I don't even want to say player, but you hang up. You know that whole identity of going out and hunting and finding chicks and all that. You hang that up in the closet. Meanwhile, your chick is still getting approached. She's still, and I see on Twitter, okay, like, and shout out to Cliche, all due respect, but you know, and you're very secure with it, but you know.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So it's just like, women are never out of the game, and women have a lot of what they would call, quote unquote, friends, okay? And basically, those friends, I don't believe that a woman could, I don't believe men and women could be friends, period. But if they're attracted to each other.
Go ahead.
But especially like with women, it's like the men in their lives only serve 2 purposes. And I'm talking about the friends, okay? Either it's a backup relationship in case plan A fails, or they're getting validation from that person, okay, that they know wants to get with them. And they know they don't want to get with that person, but they use them for validation, you know, and that ego boost.
I'm going to say this.
What's up?
Once again, black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
But
can we have friends?
Yeah, so I'm gonna partially agree with you.
Yeah.
So
shut up, fucking shit up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
feel you.
When you're single, by all means, I am down for the cause. Have a team ready. Have that roster ready.
Yeah.
Now, when you're in a relationship, by all means, you only have one person. Now, ultimately, let's be real. People are human. Like, your roster really kind of never goes away when you're honest with them. Yeah. Now, if you're lying to them, by all means, I'm going to stay. I'm going to be like 100. You don't have a roster at all. But if you keep it 100, hey, I have a woman, this, that, and the third. If they know ahead of the game, then you're good. But by all means, every person should have a roster when they're in a relationship and when they're not in one, only if you're not doing the quote-unquote physical and sexual tendencies or whatnot.
Okay. And I somewhat agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, I feel like a guy should always have, like women have friends on reserves. Yeah. I think men should also too. And I think that keeps both people, I think, in the right level-headed sense. Because I think women have a natural abundance mindset.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So you're with a girl. Wait, you're still with Houston, right?
Nah, man. Yeah, that one ended.
Oh,
yeah, man. I never really got into it, but yeah, that one ended.
Okay, cool.
But shoot, though, man. If you want to ask anything.
Okay, no. But, okay, so when you're with a girl.
Yeah.
And you still have your roster.
Uh-huh.
Now, you're not fucking them, but, you know, you want to hang out with them. Do you still have, as I say, women have a lunch buddy. Women always use men for what? Food.
Yeah.
So do you use one of your homegirls for, like, food? Like, hey, I'm bored, or my girl can't come out. Let's go to, like, the bar real quick.
I don't do that.
You don't?
While I was in a relationship?
Yeah.
I didn't do that in a relationship.
Okay. So you were faithful.
I was faithful, man.
Okay.
That's who we are as black men, you know. But as far as going out with them and shit, I didn't do that.
I mean, but like, you're not fucking them.
Like, huh?
I mean, but like, you're not like, you know, saying fucking them. You're just hanging out, having a good time.
You are just hanging out, just having a good time.
Yeah.
But then it's like, how would you feel? I mean, they do it though. You know, they do it. I feel like though it keeps everybody level headed because it's like you operating from a scarcity complex, right? Because she's your only one.
Yeah.
Every other chick is like, you know, you text, you may see the meme here and there, but it's just, that's it. But meanwhile, she knows she has mad dudes lined up in case plan A don't work out.
Oh, yeah.
And that changes your whole mindset, like how you move in the relationship. You move a certain way when you have that abundance complex. I think both people should be on an equal playing field, you know?
Yeah. I think for me, man, you know, me and Shay, we have this open, like, relationship type of thing. Not where it's open, but...
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, that was open. But like you said, though, I'm not dumb. She's very attractive. So it's out in the open. She's on Twitter. People shoot their shot at her every day.
Yeah.
I'm down for it. To me, it's a turn on because I know that my woman looks sexy.
That compliments your taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, by all means, hey, shout out to all the men. When you see me and her out, please let her know, you know, how beautiful she is.
Talk your shit, Peabody.
You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Okay. But let me see. So you already answered that. My next question is, you said, and what was your daughter's name?
Raina. A.K.A. Queen. So Raina stands for Queen.
Okay, Queen. And does she have an African name? Like anything African?
Man, you know what, man?
Come on, brother.
Hey. Most Liberians, man, we don't have African names. Yo, like my name is American as shit. Okay. It's Eric S. Peabody. So you would never know that I'm even African.
Right,
unless you're from Liberia and you hear the name Peabody, then you would know. But besides that, nah.
Okay.
Nah. I know Nigerians, y'all have the whole alphabet, you know what I'm saying, the 13, you know what I'm saying, letter word.
That's 14. How we do. You know, you meet females, like people whose names is like Blessing or Hope. And they have like a Nigerian name to it.
Yeah, nah.
But, you know. But yeah, okay, I was curious about that too.
My mom has a name for it, but I can't pronounce it though. So I mean, next time if I ever come on again or I bring you on, I will let you know. But I can't even pronounce the name though.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful name, but I just can't pronounce it.
I like Raina. I like Raina. I like Raina a lot. Yeah, I'll tell you why I like that name later.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Raina. But it's funny. But tell us about that. Like you came up here, sweating, adjusted to this Dallas heat, and tell me about the scooter incident.
Man, look, shout out to EJ, man. EJ gave me the perfect directions to come here. I was here actually 15 to 20 minutes ahead of time. I just couldn't find parking.
Yeah.
So I said, finally, fuck it, let me text you. I texted EJ, I said, hey, man, where do I find parking? You said, hey, park at this free parking spot. Cool.
Yeah.
You said it's a block away. Bro, that wasn't a block away. That was not. That was like 2-3 blocks away. I was like, bro. I'm sweating. I'm up here sweating bacon off my back, bro.
I boosted that, yeah.
So, you know, as some of y'all who don't know, I did kind of tear my Achilles about a month ago.
Oh, shit.
So, you know, it's getting kind of better now. But, of course, when I walk, I have a limp now. I see, like, the scooter. Shout outs to Dallas, and I think Atlanta has scooters, too.
Okay.
I think y'all are the only two cities that I know of that actually have scooters. So, I hop on the scooter. I fall down. Luckily, I didn't scrape anything. I'm good. I kind of scarfed up my Apple Watch, but besides that, though, no.
That's a 3, right?
That's a 3. Yeah. But besides that, man, you know, I have, you know, somewhat of a good balance. My big ass shouldn't have been on a scooter anyway. But I'm like, hey, I'm up here sweating. I need to, you know, get there faster. Yeah. But now I kind of fell down, you know, almost, you know, broke my, you know, wrist or whatnot. But I'm good though, man. Okay. Dallas is it's not as hot as Houston, but I'm still sweating, man. Yeah. It's hot. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it, but I should have wore pink. Yeah. I should have wore, you know, some light color, have on all black. So hey, that's my apologies.
Hey. It's all good, but hey, let's get into the shits.
Let's get it.
Shit, let's start off with talk about my man Chris Brown, okay? Chris Breezy. So I want to know what your take is on his comments, man, because honestly, like, this is my take on it. So for those who don't know, earlier this week, Chris Brown dropped a fire ass album.
He did.
Indigo fire, and I've said this for the longest too. If it wasn't for the Rihanna shit, Chris Brown had the potential to have the same Michael Jackson star power.
I think he does, bro.
You think what?
I think he does have it already.
Overseas. He can't have it. It's impossible
overseas,
to have it already.
Bro, like he's selling out crowds overseas. It's monumental.
Breezy is nice. Yes. I think you might be right. You are right. Overseas? Yeah, but in the States,
but who's really doing
that stigma?
Besides Beyonce. Besides Beyonce.
Yeah.
And maybe God rest her soul, like a Selena. Besides those two women, nobody's selling out crowds in the U.S. like that on every single city they like go to.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Brown, he's the closest thing that we will ever have to like a, you know what I'm saying, MJ. That's me personally. The man can dance, and I know Beyonce, she can sing, she performs, but Chris Breezy, he's dancing. He's not. Yes, he does practice like his dance moves or whatnot, or it's like, you know what I'm saying, like a choreographed, but he's dancing, he's performing, he's doing shit that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Plus he's singing. And man, I don't care what nobody says, that's the closest thing when it comes to performance for me. That's my Michael Jackson of this era.
Yeah. You're right. I agree with you 100%, man. I really believe Breezy got it.
Yeah.
But it's that stigma, though, that won't let him have, like, actually gain that star power, because it's always that stigma, the Rihanna shit, which I think, I mean, I get it. You know, I get people who still feel away, because I don't know everybody's story. I get people who still feel away about domestic violence and all of that.
Agreed.
But at the end of the day, man, the motherfucker was 19 or 20. Whenever that shit happened, so much has changed. He's grown, you know, he's grown, he's evolved. I'm just saying, let's just see what happens next, okay? But, well, what you about to say?
No, I think for us, just, you know, Americans, we are quick to like forgive and like forget. Yeah. So I mean,
you said we are quick to forgive and forget?
I think so, bro. Prime example, like Michael Vick. He was playing football. What's the guy from the like Dallas Cowboys? They
Terrell Owens?
Nah, not the Terrell. One of like the defensive linemen where he threw the girl down the stairs, beat her senseless, and Jerry Jones still signed him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we as a football state or just in general, we are quick to forgive people as long as they perform and they do good at it.
I mean, it's just, it's all about performance. It's just like R. Kelly, you know, R. Kelly.
I'm still jamming R. Kelly, man.
I am too.
I'm sorry.
I am too.
That's my history books.
Yeah, it's like when you watch that Minister Society scene, you know, with Kane and shit, I forgot Ronnie. Okay, and then that fucking what's it called? Love comes on. It's called Honey Love. That Honey Love by R. Kelly. Come on, man. Yo, I can't front. Like you can't deny that R. Kelly is a fucking musical genius. He's a shit person.
Yeah,
but musical genius, strictly.
Musical genius. He will be down in history books as the best ever. Yeah, it's like Floyd Money Mayweather. We may not like him as a person. But in the boxing ring, he's the best.
I don't have a reason not to like Floyd.
People don't like him because supposedly he's a woman beater. He flaunts his. He like, you know, supposedly.
Yeah.
And you know, he, you know, flaunts his money in ways that we don't like agree. But my whole thing is that's his money. Let him do what he pleases with his money.
Thank you.
Promise episode. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like about Chris Brown, okay, he had some quote unquote problematic lyrics that popped up that surfaced recently off his album, okay? Where he was talking about the black bitches, where he was saying, I'm trying to find the exact quote here. I had it here. I don't want to misquote.
He went off on old girl though.
Who, Karrueche?
Nah, there was a girl that made a comment about him about how she didn't like the lyrics that he wrote, and he went off on her. He actually, paid he actually took his time and IG'd her back.
He had time,
yeah, he had time.
Yeah, okay, he found it. All right, so the quote from the lyrics are, "Only want to fuck the black bitches with the nice hair. Baby, bend it over, ass up, take the mask off." But that's not that last part wasn't important, okay? It was about the black bitches with the nice hair. So Breezy caught like a little fire for that line, accused of colorism. I think it's bullshit. Okay? Go ahead, talk to me. Talk to me,
I'm
Pete.
probably going to get cussed out on your podcast, but
What's up?
Fuck it, man. All men like women with like good hair. I don't care if it's weave. I don't care if it's natural. But we want to find something that gravitates towards us. Shay has good hair. My baby now.
What does good hair mean to you?
Good hair means, it's you take the time out to make it look good.
Okay.
I
got you.
Permit whatever you do with it. Now, I mean, it can be rough. It can be tough. It can be, silky.
Yeah.
I could put my, fingers through it. But for me, face, hair, and like thighs.
Yes.
It's attractive.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, when I see the hair, that shit turns me on. You took your time out to make yourself have what? Good hair.
Well, I'm going to change the words. I agree with Chris' usage of nice hair.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is the whole good hair and bad hair thing does have the negative connotation tied to colorism.
Yeah.
It does. But Chris said nice hair. Nice is subjective. Me, personally, I'm a sucker for chicks with curls, with braids, with natural hair. Of course, I gotta find them attractive too. On top of that, but I like that kind of shit. To me, that is quote unquote nice.
Yeah.
All right. Nice is subjective, but in my opinion, I think these chicks, these people who are going off on Chris, accusing them of colorism, I think honestly, they're the ones who are perpetuating colorism, because at the end of the day, yes, because nice is subjective. Nice is subjective. Nice depends. Although I could say those shoes are nice that you're wearing right now, Peabody, and somebody else could say that shit is trash, right?
Correct.
But it's all subjective. For women, though, certain women to feel that by him saying nice hair, it must automatically tie it to the whole good hair, bad hair, light skin with silky Indian hair, or whatever the fuck, that where that colorism shit comes from. I'm like, honestly, though, low-key, that, not even low-key, high-key, that reveals your insecurities. That is an inferiority complex.
All men and women like nice hair, yeah. Point blank period. I think people were just reaching.
Yes.
I mean, my woman has nice hair.
Yeah.
We made a baby. Now my baby's going to have nice hair. Shit, I picked her purposely for that. You know what I'm saying? My child has good hair now.
Wait, what does that mean? Okay, because now the way you're used, what's
that
mean?
So what it means, nobody's going to, I'm not going to have sex with over a girl that has nappy hair, B.
Okay, talk.
My hair is nappy. I can do that, or however, because I mean, most women want men with what? Nice cut, nicely, cut beard. Keyword is nice, right? Nobody wants no woman wants a man with what? Nappy beards, correct?
I don't know about that.
Be
Honestly,
honest.
I don't know. I really don't know about that. Because, right now, being black is in. Being unapologetic.
Being black has always been in.
But I'm just saying, our culture, what we call nappy, quote unquote, it had a negative connotation to it. But honestly, our hair is thicker. Our hair is curlier.
It's like nappy.
I'm Nigerian. You're Liberian.
Yeah.
We got the same shit going on.
But when nappy hair is it. But what I mean was that when you're going to the barber shop, you're getting what? Lined up. Correct?
Yeah.
You're getting your beard what? Lined up.
Yeah.
Why? Because
it looks nice.
But why?
You trying to attract the chicks?
Yes.
Okay. So with that said, nothing wrong with I guess what I want to clarify is, at least from my standpoint, it's not the texture that's the issue. You just got to maintain that shit.
Yeah,
but it sounds like with you though, it sounds like what you saying though is, it sounds like you were talking about good hair in terms of texture.
Yeah.
Correct me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love good texture, bro. I like to look up and touch my girl's hair and it goes straight through it. Keep your hair looking good. I got you, or I'm not saying I got you, but I was attracted because what you kept up with. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. Like for me, if I meet a girl and I'm opening up doors for her, I'm going to continue opening up doors for her because I kept that same energy. I'm going to take you to nice spots, not only because I first met you, because you're my woman. I want to treat you as such. So I like my woman with good hair. Keep that shit 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. No, like don't have your hair looking trash, for like a whole entire week. Like, no, make sure that shit's maintained. Or if you need the money for it, I will give you some to get your hair fixed.
So say a chick had your texture of hair, but she did whatever she needed to do with it. Okay, she kept it. She styled it up. But it's your texture of hair. Would you have a problem with that?
Nah. If she keeps it up, like I said, I love women with like natural hair as well. So it can be natural, it can be with weave, but if you keep it 100, you know how to upkeep like your hair, I'm cool with that. Natural hair takes a lot.
But what if and I'm assuming your child doesn't have this kind of hair, but let's say she did.
But we don't know yet.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She's like what? She's like what? Like a 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That can change easily. So let's say that she developed Peabody hair. All right. Would you say that she has good hair or bad hair? Bad hair. Man,
look, I got a bad scalp, so for me, I every day I gotta clean my scalp, make sure that shit's clean. So for Raina, I'm gonna let like her mom do that. You know what I'm saying? Raina, hey, if she has my hair, good luck. If she has her mom hair, she's perfect, yeah.
But why is she not perfect though with the Liberian hair though?
No, she has to clean like her scalp. My hair, I just have to clean my shit continuously to make sure.
Upkeep is what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So my hair my hair is perfect, but I have to do a little bit more than like the rest to make sure that I don't have flakes flying left and right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I feel you. Okay. Yeah, because like I was trying to say, because it sounded like we had a difference in what nice or good hair was.
All the ladies, by all means, trust me, don't come for my neck. I love all women with all hair. At the end of the day, my preference is make sure your hair stays 100 from the day I met you, from the moment that we die together, yeah. That's all.
Say make sure it stays perfect.
Yeah.
And what is stay perfect?
How you chose to wear that hairstyle because you knew that's what I liked. Keep it 100.
Okay.
So why will I open up the door for you on the first 2 dates? Then after I supposedly get the, as we say, comfortable, I'm going to stop doing it. No, I'm going to still open up that door for you.
The same energy, okay.
The same energy, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
Okay, you say, see, you try.
It sounded like we had a difference. Like, because with me, like, nice hair, like, good, to me, the only bad hair is hair that don't grow.
So what's nice hair to you?
What's nice hair to me? Yeah. Literally, and I think this is what Breezy meant, literally, hair that looks nice or appealing to me. Okay, I like styled, and it depends on the chick, too. It depends on if it fits her. Like, I like styles that I love curls. I love natural styles on beautiful women. But as far as, like, texture goes, though, I think that's where the colorism shit comes from, the texture. I'm not going to knock somebody with some, hard to deal with Nigerian hair like myself, because that's who we are. Like, we gotta teach our kid, like that shit is beautiful. That's who we are. I think it's the programming that we have in us.
Imagine this. So you meet a chick after you meet a chick for about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Y'all still fresh. That 6, 8, maybe almost close to a year, she starts slacking. Do you correct her, or do you try to give her hints, or what?
About her hair?
Yeah.
It depends. Like, and because what I mean is, it depends on what you're considering good hair or bad hair. We're still having that convo.
Like texture.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with texture. I think no matter what your texture is, you should be able to keep that shit maintained. Like, it should be able to look aesthetically pleasing.
But if they don't do it or they start slacking on it,
then that's an issue. Obviously, that's an issue.
Okay,
but I'm not going, for instance, I'm not going to say, hey, you need to either perm that shit or put a wig on that shit. I'm not that type
No
of
man
guy.
should say that. But I mean, that's almost like when you meet a chick or like a guy and they start getting that what's called like a comfortable weight.
Hey, happy weight.
Yeah, happy weight. Hey, let's go to like the gym together. Let's keep that shit 100. Now, if you met them and they was already, chubby or whatnot, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But, you know, they start, you know, sliding off. Like, hey, you know, let's get back on it. Mm-hmm. That's all.
So you don't think Breezy was wrong?
Fuck no.
I don't either.
No, fuck no.
I don't either.
No, I mean, I think for us, we just find anything to get mad at.
Thank you.
Like, we find anything that we can pick our brains on or anything that we can try to get famous off of. We want to make sure that that person who's already famous, let's prove them wrong, and let's say that you know, they're wrong. Nothing that he said was wrong at all.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I did think that they were going to get on him for simply saying black bitches, but apparently that wasn't the focus. So
everybody says that.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, the culture's moving forward. Let's keep
No.
But yeah, they had a problem with the whole nice hair thing. But again, at the end of the day, the term nice is subjective. What the fuck does nice mean? I could say you look nice, whatever you wear, and somebody else can say that shit trash. You know? Yeah. It's all subjective. So apparently Chris is fucking with chicks who have his preferred aesthetic. Yeah. He shouldn't get criticized. My whole and I said this on your podcast when we were talking about the interracial dating shit, right?
I got so much slag for that. Gosh.
Peabody was catching, y'all were catching heat for that one.
To this day, I'm still getting, you know, some heat for that. To this day.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, it has nothing to do with you preferring light-skinned women or dark-skinned women or certain hairstyles or whatever. There's a difference between preference and you putting down another group to prove your point, to announce your preference. That's what I have a problem with. Okay. You putting down another group like, hey, I fuck with white women because black women ain't shit, or I fuck with Latina women. You know,
yeah. You see, I'm already saying too much, right?
Let me hit home. Let me hit a little closer to home. You know.
I mean, and I'ma still stand by that, man. To this day, man, I think, you know, Latino women are, you know, a little bit more supportive, or how should I say it, down the ride than, you know, black women. But hear me out.
I'm listening.
And I'm gonna say this again.
I'm listening.
But I think black women, not including like myself, I think most men aren't used to strong black women. And I'm giving them praises for that because black women are strong.
That is true.
You know, they're going out, they're getting their like degrees, they're going back, getting like their masters, and they're, you know, nowadays women are becoming superior than like men when it comes to, you know, like any type of like, you know, saying work field. But I know I can name you at least 10 women right now that have actual homes compared to men. And some of these men probably stay at home with their mom still.
Oh, that's a shame.
So, I mean, and like no knock on any man because they might be going through their own thing, but nowadays women are finishing school.
I'm not that shit, okay? If you like damn near 30, you don't
this is true.
Spot,
this is true.
You need to get your shit together. All right?
But you know, hey, I'm not gonna judge no man. Anything can happen. But at the end of the day, though, I just feel that, you know, women are a little. I mean, Latino women are a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Submissive.
Submissive, yeah. Compared to like your black women.
Cause see, I can't. I can only go so far. I don't have the most informed opinion because I've only like messed with like literally like maybe like a couple Latino women. I stick mostly with black women. I do get what you're saying. Black women are strong-willed. Black women are independent, and they have their reasons to. That's a whole other topic. There's a reason why black women are so strong the way they are, and they're not going. And I said this on your show. They're not going to submit to a weak nigga.
They're not.
You know.
Why should they?
Yeah, I agree.
And why should a Latina woman as well? But at the end of the day, though, it's how they were raised. They're just raised differently. You know what I'm saying? It's
easier for you to deal with.
Yes. So, you know, when you're going home, you know, you can kind of, you know, finagle your way through like the cracks, opposed to like a black woman. She's going to stop you at the door. Did you bring home the bacon when I told you to? If not, take your ass back and go get it. Hey, it's going to happen, yeah. It's going to happen. Tell me I'm lying.
But who knows though? You and your girl, y'all still, what, like 2 years?
It's a year.
A year.
Told you, bro. We came in that thing, made a baby. Hey, we here, man.
It's still early because I know she's a Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican, right?
Half Puerto Rican.
And black?
And black.
Yeah, so she's Afro-Latina, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's half Puerto Rican, half black. But you know, I hear Puerto Rican chicks, they be cutting these niggas up.
Oh, hey, she's very, well, I mean, and I'm only going to speak on her she's very strong. Yes, she does put me in my place. But for me, I always see it because she has both sides to it. You know what I'm saying? So I've never really fully dated just a full Puerto Rican. But for me, I see both sides of her. And she holds down the house. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to her. But what I also see of her as well that I've never seen before is her like submissive side. And for me, it took me a while to get used to it. Because I wasn't used to it. And I was like, yo.
All my life I had to fight.
And I would ask her, like, are you good? Or I'm like, hey, I'm good. You don't have to do this for me right now. She's like, nah, babe, like, I got you. And yes, black women do it as well, but they do it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, by all means, both black, both the Latino women, they're both good to me. I just feel that, hey, when it comes to being like submissive, the Latino woman, when it comes to black men, you're going to have an easier time. Opposed to when you're with a black woman, you're going to bump heads. You're going to get a couple of gray hairs. These gray hairs you see right here are by black women.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or by black women. So, nah. But, nah, go ahead, man.
No, that's funny. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't really speak on it so much because I've only messed with black women. I've never dealt with, like, and I've never had submissive. I'm not attracted to submissive women, though, to tell you the truth like that. I mean, I do like to, you know, I'm African. You relate. Like, I like to be the dominant one, you know. But I don't like just weak women. Maybe weak is the wrong word.
Because, I mean, cause you can still be strong. Well, no, because you can still be a strong woman, but still be submissive to, like, your man.
That's true. That's true. And I don't feel like I have found that balance with a black woman. Not saying I'm turned off by black women, but, like, I don't think I've never fucked with a just totally like submissive black woman. But then again, I'm not attracted to those types to begin with.
So let me ask you this.
What's up?
Was Houston submissive?
No.
Okay, cool. She was also Nigerian, right? No, she was American.
African American.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's what's up. Black American. People thought she was African.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm totally black American.
Okay, cool. Shout out to her then. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't want to give too much, but yeah, she's cause like it's not just my story, but she's you know, she's doing her thing.
Okay, cool.
I'm attracted to those type of like high-powered, career-driven, you know, types.
Yeah.
So, but man, I feel you, man. Whatever gives you less gray hairs. You know,
look, man, black women I have a lot of gray hairs inside this hair of mine right now. So by all means, maybe in a year or two, you might see me use what it's called like Rogaine, right? Yeah. So shout outs to them, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, but honestly, man, like Chris Brown, so at the end of the day, man, Chris didn't do nothing wrong. Chris didn't, I nowhere in that tweet did I say, or like when Chris popped back, okay, because he read, he
went off on the girl.
He did. He went clean off, but.
But she asked for it, though.
You
wanted the clothes. Hey, you wanted attention. Hey,
Chris is my type of ignorant. I fucks with Chris. Yeah. He's my type of ignorant. All right?
He went off on her.
He did nothing wrong. I didn't see it in those lyrics that he downed another group to lift up his preference. Nowhere did he do that. And to me, that's what color. So at the end of the day, look, if you had a problem with him saying he liked chicks with nice hair, we don't know what the fuck nice is.
Correct.
Chris. Okay? Chris's nice is different from Ejike Jamal's nice and Peabody's nice. Okay? Nice could be literally anything. So if you automatically assume that by when he said nice hair, he's talking about the same connotation with good hair, you know, being mixed and having a certain texture and all this. Honestly, I feel like that is an insecurity. That is an inferiority complex. And we got to get over that. But Chris did nothing wrong by stating his preference.
Yeah.
Now, you can roast them all. You can get on them all day for saying black bitches. But they didn't show Kodak that. I mean, because, you know, Kodak.
Like The Game.
Yeah.
T.I. I mean, by all means, like, you got to go on. I mean, T.I., to me, he's one of, like, the biggest hypocrites of all time. He is. But I'm going to that's for a whole other episode.
He's still in my top 10. Yeah. He is a hypocrite.
He's one of the biggest hypocrites of all time. But by all means, Chris Brown said what he said. He didn't mean anything by it. You took, whoever may take whatever they want to take from it, don't take it as like a negative, way. It's fucking lyrics. Not every person that you see, who's the rapper, Plies. Plies is a prime good example. He's not your thug hip-hop rapper, man. Very well educated. And we all know that. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, people make money off of this thing, man.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, he should have replied with Kodak Black. Like Kodak Black posted that notorious IG video. This should have been Chris Brown's response. You should have posted that shit. Go ahead and play that video, Jedi.
See, one thing about me, dog, you ain't just gonna be dissing me. You ain't gonna be dissing me under my comment and none of that shit. Cause bitch, I'ma clap back. Hoes, niggas, whatever, I'ma knock your whole melon off. I ain't don't even comment on my shit with that fuck shit or whatever. You talking about black woman, bitch. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I don't look like red bones. I love black African Americans, but I don't like black bitches like this.
And he points at his skin color.
I like yellow hoes. So that's my preference. So motherfuck you. You know what I'm saying? Period. You ain't gonna be commenting under my shit.
And that's it. That's all we hear right there. That is all Chris Breezy had to do to justify his opinion. Kodak, that is one of the rare few moments of Kodak's career where he actually articulated himself pretty good.
To be honest, man, I mean, us as black people, we all love, I love my shade, but we all have our preferences, yo. Yes. For me, I date all type of women, you know what I'm saying? They can be light skinned, they can be dark skinned. This time around, I have somebody who's light skinned. I mean, but I think
white women, or did you?
I have white friends, but not like white women. Nah.
Did you fuck those white friends?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I have. It's just not my preference. I mean, I've been hit on. Have I kissed one yet? But never took it that far. No.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
It's just not my thing.
Hey, would y'all like a white dude's perspective?
Hey, go ahead.
All right. So check it out.
Yeah.
First of all, I actually lost my virginity to a black chick.
Hey. What?
Yep.
Hey, shut up, Ebony.
And as a white dude, first of all, let me get on the hair thing. I've always been somewhat jealous of black dudes' hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like your hair, bro.
Just point at Peabody.
Peabody, bro, your hair. That if I could choose the style of hair, your hairstyle would be my choice.
Appreciate that.
I really do like it.
Yeah.
And I've never really understood the whole like texture. Like I do get that there are different textures, but to me as a white guy who's never felt it like on a normal base, like my hair is all soft and shit. Like I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like I've always personally enjoyed it. Like it's a cool thing. Now as far as skin tone and as far as black women, I personally don't see it. Like I just see sexy as sexy.
This is true.
I do see like she's got darker skin and you got dark. He's got like I see the shades and all, but to me like sexy is sexy. Color, none of that really like plays a part in like my attraction to her. You know what I mean? So that's why when like as a white guy I hear y'all debating this, it kind of blows me away because I'm like, I mean that it's to me it's like art.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It's very subjective.
But do you think though that you being a white guy, a black woman is somewhat like exotic to you? Because for example, like if I was with a white girl, right? It's like part of it is kind of a turn on because it's like I said this on other episode. It's like seeing that contrast, right? Like when you seeing your black dick hitting that white ass.
Oh gosh!
It's like it's like aesthetically pleasing. It's a contrast.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yes.
You know, it's
you're absolutely right.
Better. It's different. You know, it's something different when you're like a lot of white girls will prefer black guys just simply for the fact that he's black. He looks edgy.
Right.
You know,
so my little brother, he actually his past girlfriend
Oh
man.
of like 4 years was a black chick.
And
he would even tell me like, bro, there's something about like black chicks, like they have like this just different smell that's just
He's right though. He's right. He's right.
Like he would tell me because again, I lost my virginity, black chick, but she wasn't my girlfriend. I wasn't with her long term.
Yeah.
But my brother, like that was his live-in girlfriend.
Yeah.
For like a long time, and he would tell me things. I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And for like you guys to be like, almost to me, it's like it's like a shame, like to where there's dudes out there discriminating against the hair and the skin color, and I mean, it's to me, it's all a work of art.
Yeah,
and it's very subjective.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna agree with him, but I also feel that it's how you were, like, raised. So if you were raised, and I hate to use it, but if you were raised in like the hood, you know what I'm saying, and you went to certain schools, or if you didn't go to college, you went to college. Like, I have a cousin who went to like a Nebraska, but now he dates white women, you know what I'm saying? But that's because of his like surroundings. He was surrounded by different people, Yeah. Like my mom, she wanted me to go to college, not to an all black college. She also wanted me to go to a like mixed, college. So I went to the University of like Houston. So I got to experience different types of people.
Yeah.
So I'm able to articulate my words or talk to people who aren't just only black, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, how do you, coming from what you're saying right now, how would you assume I was raised?
I wouldn't assume.
So, but like, would you think that my limitation to the black culture is limited?
Okay, I can't answer because I know a little bit about your
Right.
past, so I can't answer.
So, no. I mean, for me, like my best friend, who's the godfather of my like daughter, is like white.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, when I have friends, like I said, I've never dated a white chick, but I have white friends.
Right.
So for me, I don't see color. I just see, are you cool with me? Like, can I trust you? Can I consider you, like, for me, he's my brother.
But are you saying though, like, if you're limited to the opposite color, like let's say you're a white guy that's never around black guys, but that 1 in a million, the 1 in 10 guy, and you have no experience, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this is new to me, like this ebony goddess is this is new. But to me, I'm not new to that.
Yeah.
Like my first girlfriend in 3rd grade was a black girl.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in, the very poor neighborhood, so it was very,
And I went to a private school, and my first girlfriend back in your age was a white girl.
Well,
so it's like, I feel.
I will say this, I did notice he asked you for like the Crown and Coke earlier. So I was like, okay, so he's a little bit hip.
Well, no, hold on. I drink my Crown on rocks.
Hey, okay. See, look, that's even better.
Hey, Jazz, that's my guy.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw a few things, but for me, I don't never really judge a book by its cover. Let me learn you first, because I would be dumb as hell for me to assume, oh, he's so and so this or she's that. Like, no, let me get to know you first.
But you don't see color.
I don't see color initially, no.
That's interesting, because I definitely see color initially.
No, I don't see color.
Yeah, I see color absolutely. Like first day coming in, John looks white.
I see color, but it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
I see color, but like, I'm not gonna just say, okay, hey, he's like white, let me go on this side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like,
because like a lot of white people like to say that they don't see color, and I'm like, that's a goddamn lie. And if it is, and if you're actually telling the truth, it's actually sad, because I feel like we should acknowledge each other's differences. And embrace our differences.
I'll see it, but I won't just act upon it first. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me get to learn you first.
It's like, I know that you're white or you're Arab, you're Middle Eastern or whatever, but that's not all that I see. But I do see color. I feel like we should embrace our differences.
Let me express why I see hope in what we're talking about.
Okay.
So all three of us just acknowledged, we see color, but it doesn't matter. I've been in partnership in an old business I had. I was in partnership with a older white guy who, at the time when he came into business with this company, the majority of our shows were black people doing shows.
Yeah.
And he was like, kind of like, you're not afraid of them like stealing shit? And like, motherfucker, it really like kind of blew my mind. Like for him to say at this point, like, he didn't, honestly, do I think the guy's racist? No, I just think he's fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
But that's where racism stems from, though. This mayonnaise motherfucker.
No. Racism thinks that... correct me if I'm wrong, but to be a racist, you think that your skin color is superior.
Now, that's not the... I know what you're talking about. That is like the most common overt racism. But there's also covert racism.
Well, there's ignorant racism.
Yeah, which is what you were describing. Okay,
explain it for everybody.
Yeah, like the whole perfect example. Okay, telling somebody telling a black. When I was young, I used to work at my pop's store. Growing up, and I remember a white guy came up to me, and I was helping him out. I showed him what product to get, whatever. I rang him up, and he was like, "Oh, you speak so well," In his mind, he thought that was a compliment, a genuine compliment. Yeah. But essentially, what he believes is that black people don't know how to talk. Right. They're ignorant. Because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Am I supposed to sound retarded?
But black people also say that about white folks too sometimes.
What you mean? Right? Talking white?
Because
that is a problem.
Because you'll get like a white person who let's just say you're clerking somebody, like a white man comes up, but he sounds like he's black. Mm-hmm. So you may say, oh, hey, you may not say, oh, you speak black, but you might ask him where he's from because you want to know, why he's talking like he's black. So, I mean, black people can also be like, in a term like a racist too, right?
No. Black people cannot be racist.
At all?
At all.
Okay, so what?
I disagree.
And the reason I say that, going on with your example, okay? As far as like, it's the whole thing about us being like, it's a systematic issue as far as like you talk white, okay? Because we coming from where we came from, okay? Slavery, oppression, all that shit. We were taught that white was ideal standards, okay? But Jedi, I'm sure, can testify. There's plenty of white motherfuckers who don't know how to talk, okay?
This is true.
But we are still, like, as a black community, that, as I learned this phrase recently, that white ice is colder than other ice, okay? We're taught that white is better. And that's a negative mentality that we need to get out of.
I say back in like the 90s. Not so much now. I think it's just you bettering like yourself to become better. But I do agree. But
even still now, like when you go to an interview, if you interview for a job, you put on your quote unquote white voice. A lot of people code switch these days.
I'm gonna say white voice, but you want to speak proper.
But see that, and I agree, and I'm glad you made that distinction.
Yeah,
there's a difference between speaking proper and speaking white. But I think the big difference is a lot of white people can get the jobs coming wherever they come from. Okay, they can be coming from Alabama or even have a Texan accent, whatever. That accent is gonna is gonna count against them. Meanwhile, a black person has to put on this facade because if they don't, they're gonna be looked at as ghetto or country, and that's a systematic. That's a systematic issue.
It's a issue.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, but I think.
But
go ahead.
It's being the people who are doing those interviews are from the same generation as my ex-business partner who thinks he's not racist, but I'm not racist, but I think every black person is going to steal from me. Mm-hmm. Which, so what do you call that?
Covert racism?
Covert racism. Yeah. All right. To me, it's like ignorant racism, but I can be down with covert. I mean, because...
Which is crazy because white folks stole America.
Absolutely. and as you know, last show, actually, technically, I am Native American.
Yeah.
But, and here's another thing, what y'all are saying. So, like right now, if I was to fill a resume out, do you think I check Caucasian or do I check other Native American?
Oh, you gonna check that Caucasian. For sure, all day. And take advantage of your privilege.
Well, take advantage. To an extent, because I don't know if y'all remember, but at one point there was... affirmative action, and there were companies that were like, oh, we can only hire minorities. So that's when people like me go, well, here's my Native American card. Yeah. But that's not fair. I mean, like, that's not fair because I can do both.
You felt like it's not fair?
I feel like it's not fair because you as a black man have no choice.
You're right.
You have one box to check, and if you have a weird name, even though I do have a weird name, Jansen, but if you have a weird name, it kind of fucks you up.
I mean, that just makes us work 10 times harder, though.
Yeah.
I mean, from the time that we were born, we have to work 10 times harder. You know, we have to be taught, hey, you have to do this better. You have to run. You have to play basketball. You have to do this. You have to beat your own people sometimes to get that number one spot.
Which creates resilience.
Yeah. If me and him go for like an interview, I'm going to be nice to him, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going to do what it takes by all means to beat him.
Come for this motherfucker's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing personal. But I get what you're saying, but I think it's the fact of the matter that, yeah, it's great that black people have to develop a higher, like Jansen said, a higher resilience. But at the end of the day, the problem is, why? Why are we put in that predicament that we have to do that? Why are we not on an even playing field like everybody else?
Because honestly, the bottom line is this. It's very simple. Because old motherfuckers are still in charge.
Yeah.
And this is why I bring back to what I said earlier. This is why I have hope. The fact that we three can carry on this conversation and feel no animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
Be from completely different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And be able to talk about things intellectually.
Exactly.
And with common sense. But this generation that is still in charge, they're not leading with common sense. They're leading with this like misplaced, grown up, inbred racism.
And we're waiting for them to die off.
And eventually they will die off.
But why should we wait for them to even like die off? I mean, why aren't we the ones putting back to our like community to get more jobs, to have better jobs?
Because people are lazy and they don't want to go out and they don't want to do research on who's the best politician for them.
But at the same time, I mean, come on, all politicians lie. Okay, all
of course,
politicians lie.
Oh, they do.
And at the same time, all of these politicians, they come from like what you're talking about.
No.
They come from.
I'm talking about on a local level. I'm not talking about Trump.
Okay. But I mean, those are the main officials, though.
I'm talking about your local leader. Your local. I don't even participate in the reality show that they call the president. I don't participate. But I do participate in my local elected officials because that are the people who count. And if you don't want to take the time to spend 20 minutes figuring out who's the best person to vote and then not even going and vote in the first place, that's part of the problem. I'm not saying it's the full problem, but if there's just this mentality of laziness, like watch TV, watch sports, do this. Don't worry about your local politicians. Let all the old white people fucking vote.
Yeah.
That shit's
when you got all the old white people voting for your local politicians, and then you wonder why we're still stuck in the way things are, that's because the only people that go out and vote during midterm elections are old white people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying let's look at the majority.
Yeah.
And so let's like really start paying attention. Who are our local elected officials? Because that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Fuck Trump. Fuck Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Fuck all of them,
Yeah.
man. They don't give a damn about none. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about me.
I don't fuck with Kamala Harris either.
I kind of like her, but
man, she worked with Fox, bro. She sided with the fucking.
At the end of the day,
man, she's an agent of the system.
But you can't knock her. I mean, it's her job. She has a job. There's a lot of there's a lot of black people that you probably don't agree with what they do, but it pays the bills, right?
I mean, I'm not speaking from the perspective of it benefits them, but I'm saying we shouldn't trust this motherfucker that she has our best interests at heart when you already aligned yourself with the fucking enemy.
But like you said though, who really does tell? Like you said, everybody lies.
Everybody lies.
So, I mean, she may have our best interests, but she has to play both sides.
I don't believe she has our best interests. I believe she's going to be used like Martin Luther King. I believe Martin Luther King, and he probably wasn't aware of it, but I believe that he was used. He was used by the government, by the white man, to fucking sell us a dream.
The CIA absolutely used him.
COINTELPRO.
Suppressed him. Bob Marley.
Yes.
Like all of these people who have come through and said, stand up, freedom, stand up, love your
integration.
Neighbor. They all just get shot down because what happens when we all begin to love one another? You don't see the differences. You see us all as the same human being inhabiting the same planet. What happens if a comet strikes this planet? Being a Republican or a Democrat, none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
But let's talk about integration, though. Like, even with integration, it sounds like a good idea. You know, black kids and brown kids and white kids going to the same schools and interacting and all that, blah, blah, blah. But if you're trapped in a fucking systematic racist environment where you're disadvantaged, it's like Martin Luther King said. He realized this when it was too late. He was like, before he died, he said, I feel like I led my people to the furnace. Okay? So that's why I'm saying that I feel like honestly, I agree. I don't feel like Martin Luther King had it 100% right, either one of them. But I felt like Malcolm was more right than Martin Luther King. I think it would have been great if they could have worked together. But I think I liked Malcolm's approach as far as what he was talking about was separation. What he meant was, I feel like we should have black-owned hospitals. We should have black-owned Whole Food stores. Yeah. We should have black-owned not black-owned black, but black-owned clinics.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know, we should have our own. If we want to go over to the white community and the white community come to us, interact, cool. But I feel like black people should have our own.
But let's actually
justification, bro.
Yeah. Let's look at what if that would have happened at that time. Wasn't it your show that brought up Oklahoma?
Probably, yeah.
The neighborhood that was basically ran by blacks and was profitable, and all of a sudden just all the locals were like, whoa, what the fuck? They destroyed it.
Yeah.
So what would have happened if when was this, 1960? What would have happened if in all of a sudden 1960 black people had all this freedom? Bro, all these old they would have been able to
been crazy, man.
Bro, it would have caused so much chaos because of the fear. They're grown up in this fucking fear. But now is the time where we can really start having these discussions.
Yes, absolutely.
But like you said, though, I mean,
But just to be clear, I feel like Martin Luther King was being used. I feel like Martin Luther King was a glorified house Negro. And he realized that.
But we can't really say that, though.
Huh?
I mean, but we can't put tabs on that and no actual facts about him, knowing that, right?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. We can go off facts. The facts are Martin Luther King he's like a Bernie Sanders in a sense. I love Bernie. People love Bernie. But Bernie,
I don't love Bernie, bro.
Bernie is an ideal. I'm trying to think of the right word. Is it idealist? Idealistic? I don't know. He's an idealistic.
Have you heard his speeches? He's promising things that he can't give us.
Exactly. Bernie has a dream. Yeah. Like Martin. Bernie has a dream, but he doesn't have a concrete way of executing it and going about it. Malcolm, on the other hand, he would make his demands. Okay, if black people don't get this, or if we're treated like this will happen. Yeah. He had consequences, okay? You're a parent now. What would happen if you gave your kid rules but didn't have no consequences for breaking them? Are they rules?
No, they're not.
Exactly.
They're not at all.
That's what Martin Luther King was to me. Martin Luther King had a dream. Martin Luther King wanted this and wanted that, but he didn't have a or else. Malcolm supplied that or else. Yeah. And that's why I like Malcolm. He had a concrete plan. He was more solution based to me.
So let me ask you this now.
What's up?
When both of y'all just mentioned this about black owned, why can't we do that now to get the old white suppressed people out of here now? Why can't we have our own black owned hospitals? Why? I think it was the interview. What's his name? The rapper on the Breakfast Club. Help me out. He had his own a Netflix special. Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Wait, Killer Mike though. He was Killer Mike. Isn't Killer Mike dead? He's from Star?
Yeah, no. Killer Mike was on the fucking our Breakfast Club.
I'm about to Google that right now.
Killer Mike. Killer Mike's not dead, bro.
I thought that Killer
Mike went on the Breakfast Club talking about the black owned this, black owned that. How come? I guess what I'm trying to say. Come on now, really.
I was making sure.
Shout out to Killer Mike.
Shout out to Killer Mike.
But no, my whole thing is, why can't we start doing that now?
Yeah.
Instead of us having to wait for the old generation to die off, why can't we establish that now?
I agree with you on that.
But why?
But why?
Why can't we do it now?
I think we're still trying to undo that. The fucking.
I think we're done with that.
I don't think so.
I think we're done with that.
Man, all black people have some form of PTSD or some mental illness.
It's excuses now, bro.
You see, I
see
feel
excuses.
And that's the African talking, and I feel it because I felt the same way.
Yeah.
At some point, but you got to acknowledge it. It's an issue. It wasn't so much the physical aspect of slavery that got us. It was the mentality. It was the mental slavery that really got us. It was the mental oppression.
But we're talking. Really okay, so let's just say we're talking about our ancestors now. Let's say folks in like their 70s and 80s and probably 90s right now.
Yeah.
They've gone through that. Okay, so now we're down to people who was in like their 50s. They've probably they were probably born like the 1960s.
Okay.
So then we go down to like the 40s. They were born in the 1970s.
Yeah.
Now we're in the 80s. We're in like our 30s. The 90s. Now they're in like their 20s. So when is it going to end? Are we going to keep having like excuse after excuse after excuse? It should have stopped by now.
But it's just like what we were talking about earlier with good hair and bad hair. Okay, that's an example. When you're taught that this is right and this is wrong, and this is instilled in you and your community, it's like you don't know what you don't know.
So what breaks it?
What breaks it?
Yeah.
Education. That's what breaks it. Honestly.
So that should have been. So we should be. People in like their 40s should be doing that now. Then, right?
I mean, I do. I'm very open about this. I blame I hold a lot of the OGs accountable for a lot of what's going on today. I hold a lot of the OGs accountable as far as why didn't y'all do something? Why didn't your generation step up to the plate? But because they didn't, it falls on us, the millennials. Are you millennial? Yeah. I feel like it falls on us. At this point. But
I mean, I think now I'm starting to do little things, small by small. I just went out, fed like the homeless, of course, yesterday, but just small things.
You said the homeless?
Yeah.
What about the homeless?
We went out. It was the Chicken and Whiskey podcast. Shout out to them in Dallas.
Hey.
We went out and we went here downtown Dallas, right there by Farmers Market.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of scared, bro. I didn't realize homeless people are. I don't want to be rude, but yeah, okay. Like
say it.
Homeless.
Say it. There you go.
So homeless people, they know exactly what 10 or there's like 10 rows of cars mean. That means food is coming. Yeah?
Yes.
We parked our cars, didn't even have time to set up. There was a line across the building for free stuff, But I guess for me, it's just small things like that. It's a stepping stone on what's to build. I want to get people who are homeless out. Let's get them out. I mean, let's build like a home for them. It's like funding. I understand it, but we can, but like we can teach them and find jobs for them.
Are they white?
They were mixed. They were white. They were black.
What they look like when you approach them? What they look like?
Some of them were like dirty. Some of them, needed a bath.
Ethnicity.
Oh, they were, black.
They look more black than white.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know. I feel weird giving. Not weird. I don't know. I feel like a white homeless person is a misuse of privilege.
In terms of what?
In terms of just for the simple fact that if you're young, and by young I mean like under 40, 35, under, white, homeless, begging for money all fucking day. I'm sorry, bro. You misuse your privilege.
But what if you got a mental health issue?
And see, I'm glad you brought that up.
I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that. Don't want to use that.
I will use that.
I don't believe in mental health.
People brought that up to my attention, and it makes me reconsider. But mental illness is some real shit. It's
Bro,
it's a real thing.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all, as someone, I used to be a crackhead.
Okay.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to be a crackhead.
I used to be a crackhead. Crack cocaine.
Okay.
But what got you off of it, though?
Well, I'll tell you. So I moved here from Atlanta. So my dad died when I was 22. I threw my life away, started doing blow, and blow went from crack. And so for like a good 7 years, man, I was a fucking straight up crackhead.
Okay.
Moved to Atlanta. I had a good job trying to get away from dope, and moved into the hood because I didn't have a lot of money, but I'm like, man, I got a new job. It's good. I moved next door to a dope dealer.
Yeah.
Within 6 months, I didn't have nothing in my apartment. No TV, no nothing. And so I flat out was like, man, my life is down the drain. I don't have no electricity. Like, I'm basically homeless, other than I do have an apartment that I hadn't been paid in 3 months, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm going to go into the Army.
Okay.
So I hit up a local Army recruiter. I qualify really hardcore. Basically, I tell my mom, hey, look, I'm going to come into the Army. Come get me out of Atlanta. I moved to Dallas. Mm-hmm. So I got a bunch of weed charges when I was little.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah.
And so the Army was like, in order for you to qualify, you need to have 17 more college credit hours. That would kind of look over all my past charges, right?
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't apply now, but yeah.
Well, this was when this was 15 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think it probably would, man. If you have enough college credit, the Army will overlook a lot of stuff because they want to get you in as an officer.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I already have a degree in college.
Okay.
So I was going to come in as an officer, not a petty sergeant or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, I come here to Dallas. I do what I do. I get on radio. But the thing that gets me off of crack is I move here. My granddad is dying of Lou Gehrig's disease. Mm. And so my brain was like, well, I have nothing left. Mm-hmm. I have to take care of my grandfather. And so having all that responsibility basically forced me to get sober.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the point is, what was the point of this? Where was I going with this?
Was that the Crown day?
Yeah, I guess it is. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we're talking about like the mental health.
Yeah.
Right. So the fact of the matter is, a lot of the times, yeah, you can absolutely dig yourself out of the fucking ditch. Okay. And there's no excuse for that because I've done it. Mm-hmm. Like you're at the low. I remember the one time. Here's the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, mm-hmm. I was withdrawn off of dope, and I go into my normal local convenience store. The guy at the counter, he knows me. He's not going to suspect me of stealing anything, right?
Yeah.
So I try to. I steal a big ass like 40 because I'm withdrawn. And he's like, get it out. He starts freaking out.
Yeah.
So I throw it on the ground and run out. And I'm literally hiding under like a bridge and listening to the cops drive around. Because I'm just like across the street, but under a bridge. And I'm like crying like, oh my God, this is my life now?
Yeah.
Like this is horrible. But I was able to drag myself out of it, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of these people, and I know this because I did a homeless documentary. For instance, let me give you a good example.
Okay.
So I interviewed a whole homeless tent, and there was this one dude. He was from New York, and his wife and child died in a home fire. Mm-hmm. And this dude went to MIT, like he's a genius. Yeah. Black dude. Mm-hmm. Completely gave up on life. Moved, started becoming homeless and just moved, migrated down south. And he would take care of this whole camp of homeless people. Mm-hmm. Provide, backpacks and tents and stuff like that. Yeah. But the point is, there are a huge majority of people that are homeless that are there because they have just given up. They're mental. You know what I mean? So what would you do about a person who's just completely thinking the devil is chasing them? Regardless of skin color or not, crazy is crazy.
I think people like yourself, I'm going to say for you, you're just strong-minded. You know what I'm saying? You found yourself down and out and you got yourself out of there. There are some people, even who are doing good, they need help. They have to have friends around them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for like the guy who lost like his family, he probably needed that backbone to say, hey, get your ass up and work again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really think that's a mental illness. I just think that, hey, some people need that help. They need that push. Mm-hmm. And some people don't have push.
Right.
Like for me, and I mean, I don't know until now, I think my biggest thing, I talked about it before, mm-hmm. I think, well, mental and like depressed are two different things, correct?
Say that again? Mental and depressed?
Yeah.
I mean, they're intertwined. Okay. It depends what you mean, though.
Depression is a mental illness.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about like schizophrenia. I'm talking about people who are seeing bats attacking them.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think for me, I mean, as you know, we've already like mentioned it. Yes, I have a daughter, but she's born in Dallas. I'm not from Dallas. Mm-hmm. I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
So, and of course, you know, Shay, she lives in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So I'm here, of course, my job pays well. As they call it, it's called like, you know, like a father bonding. So I'm getting paid, 4 weeks, me not even being at work. Mm-hmm. So I'm allowed to be here with my daughter. Mm-hmm. But when I go back to Houston, I'm not going to lie, I'm not ready for it yet.
Okay.
So right now I'm used to waking up every morning seeing who? My daughter.
Yeah.
Playing with my daughter, changing her diaper, mm-hmm. hugging her. She's crying. You know, I'm making her not cry anymore. You know, making her, you know, I'm changing like her clothes. I'm going to miss out on that at least, there's 4 weeks. I'm going to probably try to come back and forth until Shay's lease is up. Mm-hmm. I might be like, you know, like depressed. Mm-hmm. So I'm not ready for that yet.
But the way you describe depression, there's like depressed like everybody feels, like you just have moments where you feeling down, and there's like the clinically depressed, like you just want to end this shit sometimes. Like
I think for me,
for you, it sounds like it's more of like the typical life up and down kind of thing. I don't think.
But I mean, we don't.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't know it yet until it like actually happens.
But it hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened yet because
I doubt you have that kind of depression.
Because I'm here.
Yeah, I doubt you have that kind of.
But
depression.
I will say, as the weeks are coming to like an end, it has been in the back of my head, I'm not going to be here right now. And FaceTime can only do so much.
Yeah, man. I don't think you're not like they said. Like everybody says everything twice. I don't think you depressed. Like you like mild. Like that's just life shit. Like that. That's a trial. But I don't know. I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
Did you just think like? Did you ever think like, you know, I might not see my girl. What is the point of life? Fuck it. I want to end it all.
I might not see my girl, but it's like, damn, you want to be with your daughter. Like I said, this is my first child. So I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, you're not depressed. Yeah,
but we don't know yet until it happens.
We know. We know. You're not really
depressed.
It's like you can get over this shit, my dude. Like, okay. You can get over this shit. Like it's just you just gotta figure it out. But like no, there's motherfuckers who think the world is
ending.
It's over. Like what is the point of it all? I don't think you there right now.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
not. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. But shit, let's move it on. Let's talk about shit. I kind of want to skip around on Sir shit, but we gotta talk about the fucking Bluebell shit. We gotta talk about this bioterrorism going on, okay? With these fucking chicks,
20 years.
Dudes licking fucking ice cream.
20 years, right?
Yeah. Now it has been true. There's been an update that the chick is a minor. So they're not going to prosecute her as a full adult because she was facing 20 years, like you said, Peabody.
That's a little ridiculous, man.
I have to admit, you know, like I get it. As a community, as the black community, I get it. Okay, like a lot of people were like, yeah, you know, 20 years.
Yeah.
I know when the Netflix special, like when they see us fucked us up. Okay, I know that shit got us, and when we saw these young black boys, you know, suffering and being put through like. Having to spend lose their life in prison.
She was black though, right?
Here's my thought.
Like white.
And then I'm gonna end it at this.
Yeah.
We got a motherfucking president that can dodge his taxes, do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
If he was to go lick this fucking ice cream and put it up, what would happen? Not a damn thing.
But what if they had AIDS though? That's the only way I could justify
AIDS
this shit being 20 years.
AIDS can't be. You can't.
Yeah, you can. And there's a certain amount of saliva.
You have to literally drink like a bucket full of saliva to contract AIDS or HIV.
I don't think it's a bucket. I thought it was like a couple cups.
It's not so much AIDS, but I think even like herpes though. Because there's two levels of like.
Listen, I ain't trying to say what she did wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fucking 20 years.
20 years is too much.
I mean, come
I
on.
think
even
that-
a year in prison. Like,
I'm okay
put her
with a
on
year.
fucking probation.
I'm okay with a year. And
I think 20
several
years was like justified.
For real?
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
Wait,
Okay,
talk about.
Yeah.
So y'all really sit here right now and say that 20 years was like too harsh?
Only reason I say that is because if the hoe had AIDS, then 20 years is too light, honestly. But and I get it. You got to make an example out of these motherfuckers.
You have to make an example.
You got
out
to
of
make an example. But as far as like what has been revealed to us, she don't have any, she don't have AIDS. She don't have any kind of like contagious shit going on.
Why she do it then?
But you got to make an example. I'm okay with 1 year and maybe several years of house. I mean house arrest, but
Have
probation.
you ever been to jail?
I haven't been to jail, but I saw
All
American
right.
Me.
I
That
don't
shit made
wanna
me not
try
want
to
to
go
go to
to-
jail.
Let me
But
tell you.
everybody wants to go to jail though.
As somebody who's been to jail several times, a year in jail for licking some fucking ice cream is way more enough to teach me like, oh, that's some fucked up shit. But a year in prison, like we're talking about two different things.
She deserved that.
y'all.
She deserved a year. I'm okay with a year.
A year in prison or a year in jail?
A year in prison, okay?
Oh
Because
my
that's
God.
that's bioterrorism,
She
yo.
could have had bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Like I said, genital herpes or whatever. I think there's two, and don't correct me if I'm wrong, well, please.
Like
but
two types.
There's two types of like herpes.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So if you give that to somebody else, then what?
Exactly.
Knowingly.
You gotta make an example.
I think that.
That's like, you gotta treat that shit like anthrax.
I mean,
okay?
yeah,
Like,
but you don't understand.
And
like,
she's
6 months in jail. Is
she's
not
a minor,
fucking-
right?
that's a year.
But she has common
you gotta
sense.
make example.
She has so let's not say she's a minor. She has common sense because the person that she was with, they both laughed and thought about it. Hey, you're going to record me putting this on because I want to get a whole bunch of likes and retweets. We're going to retweet your ass back to fucking prison. You know what I'm saying? She deserves all the 20 years, man, because that teaches everybody a life lesson.
Yes.
Don't do stupid shit for likes and retweets.
But see,
Don't do it.
That's what we are in society right now. That's
Some
what
of
we
us are. No, fuck that.
You're right, some of us. But I mean, come on, like we're like the minority. Like most people, especially these young kids coming up. Okay, people
Everybody
like,
every year there's a challenge. I remember a couple years ago there was a challenge where people would randomly walk up to somebody and knock them out. For
knockout
what?
challenge. I
Yeah.
remember that.
The knockout challenge. Are you fucking serious?
I remember that.
Who? I mean, and you're knocking out 80 to 70-year-olds people like mind their own fucking business. Nobody wakes up in the morning time wanting to get knocked out.
Motherfuckers gonna die for
Here's
clout.
what I would say
Uh-huh.
in my retort. I would much rather this young lady spend 20 years doing community service,
Okay, that's
giving
fair.
back to the community.
That's fair.
Than 20 years locked up in a cell with people that kill and murder.
Yeah, I
and,
agree with
like,
you. I agree
just
with you
saying,
on that
like-
standpoint. I agree with you on that
So
standpoint.
let's talk about
harsh.
mix it in. So what if she did knowingly have a STD?
Then she deserves that fucking 20 years.
You?
She deserves it.
If she knowingly
Yes.
had a STD.
It really depends because I don't think there's any STD that is contract through licking an ice cream.
Yes, there's a prostitute actually that she got charged, she got caught, but like she knowingly had AIDS.
Okay.
And she was
All right,
fucking
all right, all right, all right.
But
I got you. All right. So
Yeah.
if she knowingly had a spreadable disease that could be contracted through ice cream, yes, then I would think that she needs a few years prison time.
if she was spitting and all of that, because enough saliva, it's possible.
You
that
have
could
stores
contract
now
something.
locking up ice cream like they're locking up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Y'all
y'all gotta understand. Hold on.
We're gonna lock up fucking.
Y'all gotta
ice cream,
understand
get
this is
assistance.
Bluebell. Remember last year Bluebell, they went through that whole
Got
like
shut down.
Yeah.
they got shut down and like they ain't like playing at all. They're like,
I need my cookies
bitch,
and
you
cream.
did this at Bluebell? Go after her.
Yeah.
But if she did this in Ben and Jerry's, I don't think this would be as nearly as big a charge, and she'd probably only be on probation.
I need my
But
cookies
again,
and cream, man.
Yeah,
if she has an STD that could be spread, then yes, you're talking about years in prison.
Yeah.
And again, even fucking 1 year. I'm talking about, man, I've done 6 months in local county, and I
Yeah.
want to blow my brains out.
Yeah.
A year in prison? That's a nightmare,
It's
y'all.
bioterrorism though. It's bioterrorism.
But did she intend to do that?
Yes.
Nobody told her to lick the fucking ice cream.
She had somebody record her.
No, she intended to be stupid.
Yes.
She intended to be like, oh, look at me, I'm so edgy.
Yes.
But did she like have the intention? I'm gonna lick this with the STD and cause someone to have a disease.
Probably not.
For her to be stupid to do that, I'm going to say yes.
And that's why I'm saying, like, if you get locked up for a year for licking some, come on,
and hold on. These generations before social media,
hold
on. Who the fuck has went around licking ice cream?
Imagine being licked in fucking prison with all these hardcore motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm in here like I slit these throat. I robbed some. I'm in here for licking some fucking ice cream, trying to be cute on Instagram.
Your fault, man.
It is your fault, but 20 years?
Yo, like ignorance can only like get you so much leeway. Okay? Bottom line, before this social media shit became big, who the fuck was doing that? Everybody had common sense. Facts. Nobody even thought about it.
I did some dumb shit. Let me tell you some shit I used
to do.
As a kid, we used to do a thing where we would go down to the street to the rich folk. They had these tennis courts, and they would shoot the balls out in the bushes. So we would get a whole bucket of tennis balls, and then we'd go down the street to our apartments, and we would peg every delivery person who had like taxi, pizza delivery. We would like peg the tops of them. Now, if that were to happen now, as a kid, we'd be charged as a felony.
See, but as a kid, I can appreciate that. I woke up. We would it's called egging houses.
Oh yeah.
We would egg houses, but to like lick ice cream, you can't do that, right? I can't be tripping.
I mean, you're right. You cannot do that. That's some fuck shit.
But knowingly having...
But, like, being locked up with killers and rapists for something that she intended to be just a harmless joke.
Okay, but... And correct me if I'm wrong. When you sell weed and you get caught, or when you sell a certain, like, amount of weed, you're in there with killers as well, correct?
That is correct, but I don't think that's right either.
I'm going to agree with you on that part. But you're still in there with killers and rapists and stuff like that.
Well, depending on what state you're in.
What you mean?
If I'm in California, I'm not in that. Or Colorado.
But California, those are now like legalized, look, right? I also heard D.C. is now legal too, correct?
Yeah, D.C. I mean, there's all kinds of Maryland. There's all kinds of states. So, I mean, you can't. It's hard to compare state laws with human rights, and again, and I'm gonna end it with this. What she did was disgusting, foul. Like, even just the publicity alone's got this bitch probably cowering in her house.
But it was so unnecessary.
But to be in prison
on herself with, a lot of likes and a lot
real
of follows.
Killers, that's a little extreme.
Because
that's
like you said, Peabody, like these kids, the way they think, those likes and followers justified the means.
Nip it in the butt. I agree.
Shit, like, kids rather have they'd rather have 1 million followers than $1,000. Like, to be honest.
I mean, as we all know now, YouTube will pay you for a certain amount of, likes and views now.
It's not that great from what I heard. Not that great.
Well, not anymore. They've actually changed it just locally, or not locally, but recently. It's not about likes or views. It's about time spent listening. Mm-hmm. So
the ads too, correct?
That's kind of like part of it. If you're only watching for 5 seconds, you're not watching any of the ads.
Yeah.
But if you're watching for 45 minutes, you're gonna see a certain amount of ads. Yeah. So they want to see time spent listening or time spent watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I feel where y'all coming from, but yeah, man, I can't support it. That's straight up bioterrorism. Okay, I admit we need to make an example.
Yeah, make an example.
20 years is excessive, but I'm okay with like 17 years or so of probation. Okay, of probation, like you give him back to the community. Because she's a fucking terrorist.
I need that 20 years, man. I need that 20 years, y'all.
Yo, But how you feel about Tom Holland? Okay, Tom Holland. By the way, I still haven't seen the new Spider-Man yet.
We saw it yesterday as a family. First time as a family.
Don't tell me about it. I'm gonna see it tonight. Don't tell me about it. But Tom Holland recently came out and he said that like Lil Nas X, but he said that he would be okay with Spider-Man coming out as gay.
Uh-huh.
How would you feel, man, if Spidey came out gay?
Well, how should I say without me spoiling anything? He can't say it.
He can't?
No. As his movie role has already, he likes MJ.
But what if Spidey was bi? Because I know I'm a big Spider-Man.
But he wasn't bi.
Well, so y'all remember when Miles Morales first came out, the original author of that was wanting him to be bisexual.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
because there was so much hate, and like all the fanboys were like, ooh!
And it's like, why the fuck you want to make the first black Spider-Man gay?
Right. They changed that.
Really?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
But they may do that with his best friend though. But yeah, and that's the point I was about to make. I don't feel like they should be going and changing these characters' origins, because part of what Spider-Man appealed to me was the fact that he was like an everyman kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like I related to Peter Parker in terms of like he had to deal with like real shit.
It's a new day.
Well, hold on.
It's a new day and age, man.
How do you feel about Ariel being black?
Yeah, we talked about that. Ariel being black. At first, I was like, this might upset the ginger community, because if you think about it, Ariel was the first ginger princess.
Yeah.
And, so I was like, hey, they may have an argument there. I could get the backlash. However, wasn't Ariel like the original mermaid? The original. I'm talking about like the dark version of the Little Mermaid. Wasn't she a fucking fish? Essentially.
No, she was,
I don't know. I don't think she had like a race or a...
I always thought she was white.
Well, that's what Disney sold to you.
Yeah.
There's like Disney pretty much made up they pretty much turned these fucked up stories into like children fairy tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they really have like fucked up dark origins.
Original mermaids were sirens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which would lead sailors to their death.
Yes.
And if you actually looked at the original mermaids, they had these like fangs. Mm-hmm. And they were like monsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
essentially, I mean, I guess technically,
but what if you had a mermaid off the coast of Africa? Wouldn't they be black?
This is true.
You're right.
But question: this new mermaid, is it a Disney movie?
It is.
I mean, then she should be white.
Okay.
Ask me personally.
I felt like you. Like I really don't. I'm not really too invested in this argument.
I'm really not yet.
I'm always rooting for everybody black. But I could get if the gingers or Scottish people, whoever, wanted to make an argument and say, hey, like, Ariel was ours. Like, she was redhead. She had freckles.
Or even just people like, hey, I mean, she had pale white skin. Let's just kind of make it look like it originally was.
Here's my thing. And this applies to the Spider-Man thing, too. Rather than change these heroes' origins, or these characters' origins, I'm all about, how about you just make new characters and develop them how you want? Like Miles Morales is so new as a character. Honestly, I could get the controversy by why making Miles gay, but I'd rather you make Miles gay, being a new and up-and-coming character, rather than make Peter Parker, who's been around since the 60s.
Makes no sense.
You change his entire orientation. We know that he's been with Mary Jane, and he had Black Cat as a side chick.
Yeah.
And all this, I rather than change existing characters.
But why make him gay in the first place?
Like we have Princess Tiana,
Black Princess. Let him have some fabulous web.
I mean, glitter and shit.
I'm just gonna say this.
Listen. Let the gay people have.
We're not having a gay Spider-Man, man.
Come on, man.
I can't condone that, yo. I can't condone.
When's the last time a gay person had a superhero?
Aquaman. I feel like Aquaman before Jason Momoa
Aquaman was gay? No.
Before they made Jason Momoa cool, he made Aquaman cool and shit. I think if there was going to be a gay superhero, it'd be Aquaman.
That's SpongeBob SquarePants, if anything,
Yeah.
I'd say it's Captain America. I mean,
you think so?
I mean, he hadn't been with a chick at all.
This is true.
Got the beautiful hair.
Yeah.
Captain America, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a kid at heart, right? Captain America.
Yeah, but you know he's from like the World War II era, so you know they weren't really with that shit.
Right, that's why I'm saying
Openly.
like he hid it. Like he hid it inside because but really Bucky.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, really?
But
Really?
Steve
That's all I'm gonna say.
Steve should be homophobic as fuck, you know, coming from where he came from.
But he ain't, and he's still fabulous.
I would expect to hear like a term like fairy used by Steve.
Nah, but to like your point though, man, I think nowadays we live in a world where we have to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
So I think it started off with what I think Glee probably showed it like the most. Glee had gay characters.
Yeah.
And it was cool, dancing and singing.
It was people, yeah.
Yeah, it was you know, people. But now I think we live in a world where we want to make sure that everybody gets a part in any movie. So it's an open, you know what I'm saying, crowd.
Okay. So like I want to get to like the main thing real quick. So about like we're talking about all this gay shit now. You now being a black man, this is like a topic because homophobia has been like a big topic in the black, like not topic, but it's been like a taboo subject in the black community, particularly men.
Okay.
How do you feel about raising a kid in this time where we're pushing for, like the culture is pushing for LGBT normalization? You know, so for example, okay, let's just start off with how would you feel about them teaching sex ed in schools, but LGBTQ sex ed?
I'd rather them just teach it now. I mean, because now you have access to like social media. So kids are going to learn it before they even get to school anyway. So you see it on YouTube, you see it on IG, you see it on Snapchat, you see it amongst like your friends now. People are talking about it. So I'd rather them learn at an early age what it is before they get to your middle school, because middle school is going to hit them hard.
Yeah.
And once it hits them, you may not get them back. And not saying that nothing's wrong with that, but you want to try to lead them in a way where it's a straight line, not where there's so many crossroads. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
That's one of them topics where not to offend anybody, but I don't want my daughter to, you know, be gay. But if she was, hey, I'm down for it.
To be honest, I could deal with a gay daughter, bro. Like, let me think about it. It's like you don't really have to worry about her sneaking niggas in the house.
This is true, but
and getting pregnant and dogged out.
She'll be, you know, outcasted. You know what I'm saying? So, by all means, if she was to be gay, I'm gonna love her the same way. I'm not gonna treat her differently, but I'm still gonna try to push her in the right direction. And if it's too late, but hey,
what's the right direction? Like, are you talking? Because like you kind of sounded like straight campish.
The right direction, of course, is hey, don't be gay. That's just plain, you know, black and white. But it's true. Don't be gay. Now we live in a world where we have to make sure everybody's happy, though.
So I gotta address it because, like, kind of going off of what you're saying, it sounds like you're saying there's a right way and a wrong way.
There is.
And gay is wrong and straight is right. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, talk about it.
I mean,
yeah,
it's in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Gay is wrong, but as far as
why is gay wrong?
It's just how we were taught. It's how we were raised. It's just what's right now.
But hold on. But half of our generation are raised to think that black people steal.
Yeah.
So does that make it right?
But I want to hear Peabody though. I want to hear his point though.
I mean, this is more so like the Bible's term. It's not so Bible.
So it's.
But hear me out though.
Philosophical based.
I'm not. Yeah. So for me, I'm not saying it's wrong as far as you're gay, don't stand next to me. I'm just talking about in terms of, hey, if you want to, you know, marry somebody or, you know, be accepted by, like, you know, saying Christ, this is the right way. Now, if you choose to be gay, by all means, I'm still cool with you. I can't change that. But if you want to be led the right way, by all means, gay is not the right way.
So I will say this, though, and this is kind of like a hypocrisy, I think, in, like, the Christian or religious community, is that, you know, since we're talking in religious context, God views all sins as equal.
Here we go.
Okay?
And I know where you're going.
I'm just saying, like, how is being gay different from having indecent thoughts about other women outside your wife? How is it lust? Okay? How is it different from breaking any of the 10 Commandments?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't see it as any different.
It's one of those things where everybody's taught this at a young. Well, every black male is or has been tried to be taught this way. Being gay is like wrong. As kids, we made fun of who back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
As kids, we made fun of who? Gay people.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about now, but in like the 90s, you were ridiculed. You were talked about. I didn't know what gay was until watching like The Real World. The Real World was my first time ever seeing old dude die of like AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, why did he have AIDS? Because he was gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I viewed it.
And that's why I wanted to ask us. We kind of come from the same era, you know, like.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing I hate about this PC culture, this cancel culture bullshit, because it's like, I'm glad we're in an age where we're becoming more tolerant and more open-minded, you know, with different beliefs and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like, y'all motherfuckers are neglecting, like, there's a learning curve. Like, I grew up in a community where anyone that was gay, people called them punks, you know, and, it's like, it takes a long time to unlearn that shit.
Dudes can be beat up now by a gay dude, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's even more because gay, you fighting two struggles.
Yeah.
If you're black and you're gay, that's two struggles that you gotta be be tough for. So shit, I fought with a gay dude before, so I know. So that's another story. It wasn't because he was gay, you know, But yeah, my last question, okay? How would you feel if your daughter was in school and there was a kid that identified as trans, okay, and went inside the girls' restroom and it was the gender that they were assigned was a guy, and they used the word women's restroom, girls' restroom. How'd you feel about that?
I'm gonna have to address the superintendent, of course, about that, and just like the school policy. I'm not gonna, thrash that child because I don't know that child. I don't know where he or she came from as far as like parenting wise. And I'm also going to ask the school officials on what's going on here. Let me get down like the basics first. I'm all about understanding what's going on before I attack who I need to attack.
Yeah.
Always. I need the proof. I need the facts before I attack anybody. But me, if, now we're coming into a new age where we're accepting everybody and we have to adapt to it.
So how do you feel about like gay cartoons, for example? Like gay couples being introduced in children's
If the cartoon is funny, I'm down for it.
So take Arthur, for instance, because Arthur been around for years, right? And you know how you have Mr. Rap. Did you watch Arthur?
Barely. I read the books.
Okay, same thing.
I read the books.
Mr. Ratburn came. Mr. Ratburn married that guy a husband. Okay, and how do you feel about? Because it's like I get what you're saying if it's funny or whatever, but like things kind of like Peter Parker all of a sudden becoming gay. Cartoons that already been established, and all of a sudden, they reveal they add these different things. How do you feel about your kid? Don't even have to be this daughter, but just any kid in the future
being gay.
No, not being gay, but growing up with gay cartoons or gay, media being put in. Like,
you have to have a talk with them. Plain and simple.
How do you have that talk? How would you have that talk? We'll end with that.
Open dialogue. It's more so luckily, if they're living in a two-parent household, you have both parents there because kids are going to ask questions. And I'm learning that now, me having my own child. Kids ask questions and kids have no filter. So you're going to have to be open to whatever, he or she says.
Yeah.
And you have to be mindful of what you say because they're going to take anything that you say out of context and they may act upon it as well. So, just talk to them. That's all. Plain and simple.
So just talk to them.
Talk to them. You have to talk to them. If you don't have, I think back in the day, parents didn't talk to us as kids because they were grown-up, conversations. Nowadays, these grown-up conversations are everyday conversations that we're having on a regular, consistent basis.
Okay, so my last question for you is, you being a black man, we coming from the same era, okay, the same community where homophobia was high, where being gay was looked at as a quote-unquote punk and all that. How would you handle it? I think, for me, it's easier to answer if I had a daughter, but imagine having a son, okay? Because again, I think there's two big fears when you're if you're like a father, which is either your son is gay or your daughter is a quote-unquote hoe, okay? Imagine if your child identified as queer. And I'm not talking about the easy shit. I'm not talking about they're just gay. What if your daughter identified as non-binary or trans or didn't, how would you go about navigating through those waters as a black man coming from where you came from?
Man, we had this conversation yesterday, man.
Yeah.
If my daughter was to be gay or queer or whatever, and if they played sports or if they were on like the debate team, my thing is be the best person that you can be.
Word.
Because my whole thing is if I had a gay son, and let's just say he played football, he played running back.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody in like the bands talking about, hey, that's my son. If my son runs you over, I'm going to be sure I turn around and say, hey, my gay son,
hey, yeah,
your son over.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So by all means, if my child was to be gay or queer or like whatever, just make sure. If you are, if you're not, make sure you're the best damn person that you are, so I can talk my shit as a parent.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Okay.
I mean, as a parent, you have to make sure that you have your children know that, hey, your parent is like supportive.
Word.
Because if you're not, then they're gonna fall.
Word.
And like we talked about earlier, like the mental, illness. Like your dad passed away. If your parent, if your parent's not there, they need their parent to lean on. So you have to be there.
Yeah.
If you're not there, that child is going to be lost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you. Well, hey man, I think that's just about it for today. All right. Peabody, man, any last thoughts? Final thoughts? Talk your shit, man.
But I hate this part, man. Hey, go ahead. Okay, so look, man, you can find me on IG, on Twitter, at social_P.
Okay.
By all means, we are at the Social Complex Podcast.
Hey.
Social_Complex_. Man, it's been a blessing. I'm a father. Shout out to all the fathers out here.
Hey, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Late belated.
Shout out to all dads, not just black dads, all dads who are here. Shout out to
all dads matter.
All dads matters. And what else? Shout out to all the big booty IG models. I love y'all. I support y'all. Y'all make my day, especially at work.
I saw that tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hit all the like buttons and I watch all the videos. I support y'all 110%. Mama, I love you. Raina, I'm out. Peace.
Hey. And there it is. Hey, it's Ejike Jamal. You can follow me at EJIKEJAMAL. Make sure y'all follow the podcast at We The Safe Place, IG and Twitter. Listen to us, The Problematic Safe Place, on your favorite podcast app. Okay, and make sure you hit up WeTheSafePlace.com. All right, hit us up on Cash App. All right, because like Kendrick Lamar say, man, this dick ain't free. So any donation, we appreciate it. But it's The Problematic Safe Place, and we out. Peace.